It will start recording now. It should tell you that we're recording. Do you see?
Yep.
Recording. And then you just need to remember to press stop recording at the end, apparently, because otherwise you lose it. How are you?
I am. Sounds awfully loud. Amazing, fantastic, stunning, grateful.
Yeah.
Woo! Breathing. It's so cold out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went for a walk, which was really nice a second ago. You know, it's the spring equinox today.
Happy equinox.
Yeah. I saw like there's like a little canal near my house, and I saw loads of frog spawn, and then there was like a frog on top of it, and then I saw like a herony type bird. Lots of animals. It was nice. I was like, okay, spring equinox, some normality, some fresh air. I wish it was sunny though. Yesterday was sunny.
So insisting that it should be different. Interesting point of view you've got there. Interesting point of view you've got there. Interesting point of view you've got there.
Yeah. See, I want to just, so I said to you, right, I'm going to do a radio episode. And I've got like a monk. You know, I think he was on the radio episode you were on before. It's like a monk from this monastery in Greece who's like amazing. I'm gonna have like a voice note, I think, or maybe a Skype with him that I'll take the audio of, because you know he's been in isolation for years. He knows all about like loss of kind of physical contact and dealing with things going within. So I think he's perfect to speak. I've also had like a couple of YouTube pick a card tarot reading psychics give me some like predictions and advice, but I also really want you to like give an uplifting message, or just for us to have a chat. I might put it on my YouTube. I'll take some of the audio, all of this stuff, so if you're cool with that, just so you know what I'm planning.
So if you feel into your body right now, what are you feeling, sweetheart?
I feel really good. I feel quite excited, but I think that's because I'm talking to you.
So don't think about it. Don't think about what you're feeling. Feel what you're feeling. What is your body feeling?
My body feels good. My throat is a little bit closed at the moment, though.
Well, that's an interesting point of view you've got there. That's a very interesting point of view you've got there. Very interesting point of view you've got there. Did the energy change?
Yeah.
Right, there you go. So when we decide, judge, conclude anything, it closes everything down.
Yeah.
Because this is what this is. My throat is closed. Oh. And when you address the energy of it as in, oh, that's an interesting point of view I've got. That's a very interesting point of view I've got. Very interesting point of view I've got. The energy gets addressed and it changes.
Yeah.
If it was closed, you wouldn't be able to speak.
What's your perspective on what's going on? Because obviously everyone is, and I understand why. I have felt panicked myself. Like everyone is quite panicked at the moment.
Are they?
In general. Well,
point of view, do you see panic here?
I don't see panic here, and actually on my walk I didn't see panic. I saw lots of people enjoying themselves, but if you look at the news and things like this, or people are concerned, you know, about what's going on, what can people do to do?
Inside first. I know you're concerned about the world and all of humanity, but it starts with you. Always. The whole thing, whether you believe the coronavirus is man-made or it came from off-planet, I mean, there's lots and lots of stuff out there, yeah?
Well, whether it was man-made in a lab or made because we keep animals in terrible conditions or made because the earth is rebelling against how we've treated it, I do think it's in some way in response to how, you know, humanity has been. Because if you look now, the canals in Venice are clearing. There are dolphins in the canals in Venice, and there's like no pollution over the sky in China. So it's quite amazing that we've been forced to stop, and then it's like having this reset. That is like a positive that comes from it.
Okay. Can I stop you a second?
Yeah.
Your nervous system is very intense. It's very, right?
Yeah.
So you stop, you take a moment, you put your hand on your heart, and you breathe. It's okay, sweetheart. We are being, look, the whole planet is going through an awakening. Yeah. So my body it responds to what's going on. Your body responds to what's going on. It responds to what you're saying. It responds to what you're thinking. Yeah. So the whole thing, thank you, coronavirus, for awakening humanity.
It is.
Bringing everyone into stillness.
Yeah.
Into quiet so that they can sit with themselves. Now, if you've done any inner work, you know yourself, then it's challenging at times, but you're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know that you are not the old personality, not that aspect of yourself. It's like, shit, we're all connected. We're all one. We are divine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the universe, whatever you want to call it, has a plan. Yeah. So we're all busy running around trying to work it all out, freaking out, instead of coming indoors, which is a big setup, spending time with you. Yeah. So you meditate, do a wee bit of yoga, relax. Yeah. And yes, if fear comes up or anxiety comes up, it makes what you're feeling, you're healing.
Yeah.
For me, the virus has already changed, right? Its intent, or the intent for the virus, was to come onto the planet, cause fear and panic and chaos.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Congratulations, that has happened. But now that the virus has merged into the humanity, it feels love and compassion, and it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt anyone. So for me, it's transmuted. It is transmuting, but it doesn't take away from the fact that every individual has to sit with themselves to reconnect to their divine heart.
But I mean, people are dying at the same time, so it's very tricky to...
Everyone dies, and death is not what we've been told it is.
Yeah, I know.
Like what's hearing my voice, yeah, that eternal infinite part, that consciousness never ever stops existing.
True.
We change form, but we do not die.
I know. I know that.
I have compassion for people who are losing people.
Yeah.
But on the planet, you're born and you die. It's part of the cycle.
Do you think that this is the ascension process that a lot of people thought was coming in 2020?
It's been here for quite some time, but yes, this is it.
Yeah.
And it's showing up not in the way that everyone expected or wanted it to be. But that's the ego mind, and there's nothing wrong with the ego mind. It's the divine too. It's made of light, as is our body, as is the virus, as is everything you can conceive of here. And this is what the wake-up call is, remembering that we are source energy, we are divinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who aren't like used to meditating every day, who maybe will be listening to the radio or look at this on YouTube or something, like, can you give some, because you're very good at it, can you give some tips or do some kind of, like, maybe at the end we could do it, like you could do a little meditation for like a few minutes or something, or just give some tips on how to do it, because if you haven't done it before, it's very difficult maybe for people to go within.
Do you not think that everyone's guided by them higher self?
Maybe, but it's nice to give some like ways in, no?
Yes or no, it's a yes or no. You're either all in, you either believe that we are divinely guided. It's like a movie. It's already been made.
I think we are, for sure. But then certain people maybe are here to like give extra, like show the way a little bit. I think you're one of those people. You know what I mean?
That was the old dimension. That was the third dimension. There were teachers, there were gurus. Yeah. Dimensions, there's no teachers, there's no gurus, there's no hierarchy. Yeah. Everyone is equal. Everyone is source energy. Yes, people are at different stages.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect someone in kindergarten to go into sixth form. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
So everything is available for everyone, but it's inside. It's not outside of us.
Yeah.
This is the whole point of the quarantine. This is the big hint, big hint. So if someone's ready and resonating, they will find exactly what they need.
Okay, true.
We were taught to help others, which is a beautiful thing, yeah? But it was taught, in a sense, put everyone else first, not you. But actually, if you're the source of everything and you don't come to you, then how can you help anyone else? You just end up bossing them about and building resentment within yourself because they're not doing what you said. And it's like that. Gandhi said it. Be the change you want to see in the world. Live it. Take positive action. Yeah. So it's people just, they just magnetically come to you if you are following your passion to the best of your ability with zero insistence of any outcome. Everyone is being guided by them, their soul, their higher self. That's what we all have to get in touch with, because that's what we truly are.
Yeah. Connecting to your breath and things like that is a good way if people are feeling like overwhelmed or panicked. It's like a good way to kind of.
Of course, like meditation, right? Meditation. But then if your nervous system is so wound up and you try and meditate, forget it.
Yeah.
Right? So going for a walk,
yeah,
reading a book, having a hot bath, we know it's all self-care.
Yeah.
What you would do for someone else if they were really stressed out, do it for yourself. Your heart, everything within your energy field wants to hear you. You feel that? It's like, oh shit, everything I've been searching for, everything I've been waiting to hear, it's me that has to do it. Yeah. Only I can fulfill that connection. Yeah? It's an amazing game. Yeah? But it's already done. It's done. Yeah, many times have you heard that, right? Listening to Abraham Hicks, it's like, it's done, it's done, it's done, right? But we've been taught we have to do it, we have to fix it, we have to change it, we have to clear it, we have to heal it. And yes, that did work in 3D, but it doesn't work in 5. It's effortless. As soon as you get relaxed, so whatever you can do to soothe yourself, yeah? To breathe, yeah? I mean, you know, and I know the Matt Can. We love Matt Can. It's I love you. Repetitive, repetitive. And you're not saying it to get anything. You're saying it because you really kind of want to start loving yourself. Yeah? It's going to be okay, sweetheart. Fear will come up, but it's what you're feeling, you're healing. And if you speak it, sorry.
Do you think the time of like going inwards and having to be with ourselves is sort of like to teach us to love ourselves?
What do you think?
Well,
what do you feel?
Potential. I think that a lot of the things that are going to have to change and shift as a result of this were like quite a long time coming, and hopefully things are going to change out of it. You know, I don't think things are going to go back to how they were. I think 2020 was going to be an important year. We didn't think it was going to be like this, but I think a lot of systems are going to change. People are going to have to like go within and fight, you know, deal with a lot of things. They're not going to have work to distract them. They're going to start to see like what's important to them, you know, all of these things. So yes.
So a good analogy is if you get a new kitchen or if you're rebuilding a house, you have to pull the old one down and it gets messy. Yeah.
Card and tarot is what we're currently doing, I think. It is. It's like, well, for me, I like tarot. It's like the kind of crumbling of what is unstable to have something new rebuilt. That's how I see the tower, anyway.
But your new kitchen is being pulled out, and then the cleanup happens, and then you build the new one.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow it to happen. This is because that's still the old model of I have to get in there and do this.
Yeah.
Happening. And the more you relax and the more you connect to your heart, to your higher self, yeah, then it happens like freaking magic. It's kind of like, oh, yeah. So when something comes up and you get really restricted or tight and tense, that's a fantastic opportunity just to sit down. Sit your wee sweet self down and breathe. Relax best you can. Soothe yourself. It's going to be okay. Thanks for being here. Yeah? I don't know how this bit's going to work. Hey, higher self, would you show me when it's meant to happen? Not on my schedule. Yeah?
Yeah.
That classic line, divine timing. It's not ours. It happens when it's meant to happen. And when you know that and when you've experienced that, you go, oh shit, brilliant, amazing. Yeah. And for me, a lot of it is the remembrance. Yeah. Like we come, we forget. And then all of a sudden, something happens and you just, I remember, you know, and there's just this expansion everywhere. And of course, there's loads of tools, right? There's loads of people teaching, but because it's individual, you find what resonates for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah? As I say, there's no teachers, there's no gurus, there's no hierarchy in 5D. So we're all the same at different levels of consciousness. So I'm all for empowering everyone.
Yeah,
There's
I know.
nothing here that isn't there.
No, but
practice.
you do well. I agree with you, but I also feel like whenever I get in touch with you, I remember things that I already knew. But I do think that you are like a useful mirror, like, or anyone in the spirit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, you resonate. You resonate with what I say.
Yeah.
That's it. Does this work for me? Because I mean, many a time I've said to you, don't take anything I've said, completely like leave it all.
Yeah.
Find what resonates for you.
Yeah.
And of course, there'll be bits within the conversation that you go, oh, yeah, yeah. You know, yeah.
I think, you know when something's true for you. That's
true. I mean, if I turned around and called you a purple dinosaur, you would just be like, yeah, sure, Eileen. Right? And if I told you something that was a bit more closer to a belief that you have in your system, you'd be like, fuck. And of course, it's back to the light and heavy game. Yeah? It's like, oh shit, what does this feel like in my body? Is it tight and tense? Bingo, that's an alarm from my higher self saying not true. So when you relax and you can sit with it, if you want to journal, if you want to do breath work, or you want to do sessions with someone that assists you, yeah, because like the healer never heals anyone. Yeah, it just offers a space, a vibration of I already see you as your highest potential, and your choice whether you choose to match that.
Yeah.
I love the analogy of the test they've done with water. You know, they put a high vibrating glass of water and they bring in a murky one, that's a bit ugh, and they stick it next to it. And the murky one cannot help itself but raise its vibration to match the higher water. It happens. Look, consciousness just wants more consciousness. Yeah. And I want to say unfortunately, but it's not unfortunately. When you ask for more consciousness and more awareness, boy, do you get it. And that means everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. You get aware, all of it. And then you say, oh, do I prefer this? No, thank you very much. I appreciate your service. And now I choose love. I choose passion. I choose inspiration. I choose joy for all of humanity. Because when I talk to my heart, I know I'm talking to all the hearts on the planet. They're all connected.
And you say a good thing, which I don't know if it's a Nat Khan thing or your thing, where you bless whatever you're seeing that you don't like with the opposite. That's kind of a useful tip maybe for people at the moment. Like if they see panic, to like bless people with peace or something.
Yeah, if they're in a peaceful space, but if they're not in a peaceful space, that where's the peace coming from? This is the whole thing. You have to do you first.
Yeah.
You're walking about freaking out and you want to help everybody. You're not helping them. You're adding your energy to that field.
Yeah.
So sort your field out, sort you out first. This is the whole point of go within. Get it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was the old game. It was all plugged in of, join the hysteria, freak out. Well, we don't fix it. Because if there's an accident, the one person that's helping is as calm as can be.
Yeah.
They're calm, focused, and doing what they need to do. They're not in with everyone else going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, freak, freak, freak.
I take you haven't been panic buying loo roll.
Why?
I know, nor have I. I don't get that one.
But saying that, if panic arises, it's okay.
Yeah.
We can be dealing with it from our own field, or as empaths, we can be picking up from anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I have felt
When it comes up,
yeah,
you can check who does this belong to.
Yeah, return to center.
And then you just feel if it gets any lighter, when you ask the question, who does this belong to? For me, it just goes, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool, not mine. Return to sender with consciousness.
Healed to completion.
No, that's different. That's a clearing from my...
I add that on whenever I do that one, though. I just do my own ones. A bit of this, a bit of that.
That's exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone will find their way.
Yeah.
We're shifting billions of times per second. Yeah. Like that's one reality, that's another reality, that's another reality, that's another reality. Right? And we're not aware of that yet because it's so similar. But when you make a shift, then you're like, oh shit, everything looks really different. I'm different. Yeah. So that's what will eventually, everyone will come back out from being indoors and present a different perspective of themselves. They're heartfelt. For me, it's like the community. Everyone's caring about everyone else.
Yeah.
If you've got enough, are you okay? Can I help?
My flatmate's boyfriend, because she was having to self-isolate because she had a temperature, she's fine. But her boyfriend was like coming round. I'm going to say this on the radio. He was like coming round and she couldn't open, like she had the front door open, but she was like sitting inside and he was like sitting on our front steps. We have that like porchy bit and they were like reading to each other and he was like leaving her food. I was like, God, this is so beautiful. It is nice seeing these things. And like people singing from their balconies in Italy and all of this kind of human spirit is very beautiful. But that's not to discount suffering, obviously.
See that bit again that you went really low down in to say? What was that? Something about suffering?
Just not to discount it.
It's valid.
Yeah.
So wherever I'm suffering, wherever I see suffering.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of suffering?
Ease.
Ease, there you go. So wherever there is suffering, may I anchor ease and peace for the well-being of all. So that's one of Matt's, where you bless it with the opposite energy, but it has to come from your heart. Otherwise, it doesn't anchor. It just goes, because you're like, I need to change this, I need to fix this. And anything that we're insisting that has to be different is resistance.
Okay.
Aye. So it's about that lovely inner balance for yourself. Yeah. Feeling a little calmer?
I do. I always feel calmer after speaking. But I am high energy, I have to just accept that as well. I don't mind it.
Well, that's interesting. What does that mean to you? I am high energy. Who told you that? Who does that belong to?
A lot of ex-boyfriends telling me I'm neurotic. No, I can be very calm as well. It's true. Centering. But I don't know. I'm allowing myself to just be at the moment. I'm taking each day as it comes with this whole, like, because I could feel a lot of panic in the beginning. Like you say, I am empathic. And anyway, I probably had my own panic going on. It brought up a lot of stuff with me to do with like feeling lonely, even though I spend so much time in my house doing the things I would be doing anyway. It's just like the idea that certain people you can't see or something. It was quite like triggering for me.
Do you want to know what loneliness is?
Huh?
Do you want to know what the loneliness is?
What is it?
Part of the ascension.
Probably, yeah.
Sadness, loneliness, emptiness,
Yeah.
frustration. So it's all the old coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So of course this is the separation, the identity of the ego personality that says, I'm lonely and I'm separate, which is impossible because we all are one. But see the game that gets played out. So when you sit with the loneliness, when you say to yourself, sweetheart, it's okay to be lonely. It's okay to feel these feelings because what I'm feeling, I'm healing.
Yeah, I have said that to myself.
When you say it out loud, yeah, it's like, it's okay, sweetheart. It's okay to feel lonely. I'm here. I'm here supporting you now. So you're talking to your inner child and you're reassuring it that anytime it felt abandoned or lonely as a child, that's what's leaving your nervous system. Like when I used to do the hands-on healing in the bubbles with the burping would all whoop, 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 it would all pop up. Yeah, and that's for me when the energy is being released. And we're doing it now by just having these thoughts. Even though the thought is the divine having a thought. Like, oh wow, the divine just had an amazing thought there. Right? You can have so much fun with this, but first it's take care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be honest with yourself. My God, that was the best gift I ever gave myself. Honesty between me and myself. Oh, yeah, it was so powerful because we've been taught to people please, be codependent in relationships. I'll do this if you do that. And I mean, it's amazingly been entertaining. Yeah. And now we're coming through the other side of it. I mean, this is why we came to the planet, to anchor this love and light for the well-being of all of humanity. Everything. Yeah. And it doesn't happen overnight. Oh, yeah. There's a process. So slowly, gently, be easy. Yeah. And as I've said before, if you come across someone who's really like freaking out, you offer them the blessing of the opposite. Yeah. But if it doesn't resonate, you just say, bless you, wish them the best, and you walk away.
Yeah.
Not here to save anybody. They actually don't need saving.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. But I must help them. I must help them. You actually help them by being you. I know it doesn't make sense a lot of the time when I say these things, but when you go further down and deeper and deeper and deeper into the relationship you're having with yourself and the divinity that you are, things just pop in. Like, oh, wow, that's what that meant. And, oh, wow, that's what this was all about.
I did something recently that was very much just like being in my power and being myself, and it was very healing. And I was like, this is not about pleasing anyone or displeasing them or caring what they think. And it was like it is like it's not in a selfish way, but just like being authentic to yourself is very good sort of medicine for the soul, isn't it?
Yeah, authentic and boundaries are beautiful. When you can say, no, that's not for me, thank you. Yeah, instead of saying, oh, I must do that because that will make them happy. We know that doesn't work. That was the old paradigm. We do not make anyone happy. We can add to their joy, but we are already happy within ourselves. We've just been taught it's on the you. If you do that, I'll be happy. Oh shit! How many times have we tried to do that and it doesn't work? Or you hold them responsible when you get unhappy.
Yeah.
Okay to be unhappy. It's okay to feel all of your feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we're all told, oh, you can't do that and you can't do this and no, don't feel that and don't, you know, you British stiff upper lip. I mean, really comical when you think about it. We are emotional feeling beings, you know, and we're wild. Oh, you can't be too emotional. You know, if you live maybe in South America or somewhere, or Italy, you're allowed to be passionate. No, 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 no. That's why I was always drawn to that kind of area where people could be a bit more alive. Yeah. So it's like we're at perfect exactly as we're meant to be. And when you start acknowledging and honoring, oh my Lord, honoring yourself, yeah, the divine made you exactly as you are. Wow. All the judgments that pop into your head. Oh, but I'm not good at this, and I did this, and blame and shame, and boom, boom, boom. And it's like source energy for me is totally neutral. It has no point of view. It wants experience. It's not judging or condemning, right? Or blaming or shaming. And for me, that's the whole place I want to get to, that 0 point, the field of emptiness, which can feel really scary, right? Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, oh. And it's like the identity starts thinking, oh shit, where am I going? I'm going, oh, I'm going to die, right? There's nothing, I'm not going to be left. But the thing is, when surrender happens and you enter that space deeper and deeper, there's a shinier version of you appears. You're just like, oh wow. Yeah, because everything is valid, everything is included, and then you get to choose what you want to bring forth from that space. So we're all being reset to remember our true divinity.
Where do you think the virus came from? Do you think it came from us? You don't care. You don't wonder.
Yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. It's doing what it's meant to do.
Do you think that it's because a lot of people have said because of 5G, our like immune systems might be down?
Well, that's an interesting point of view.
I'm going to say that.
Well, as I said, consciousness is neutral. It has no meaning until we say what it is. So what are you saying it is?
Okay.
Because we create our own reality, and
right.
Our points of view create our reality. It's not reality that creates our points of view. It's magic. It's we were taught that you had to see it to believe it. And of course, this planet is on polarity, works on polarity, so it's the opposite of what we think it is. If you believe it, you see it.
Yeah, that I believe that. I 100% know that.
We're wakening up out of a dream that we're having a dream that we're having a dream. Best way I can say it, yeah. Our higher self, our soul is dreaming this very conversation, yeah. And of course it goes, oh, it's talking about light, it's talking about expansion, it's talking about love, I want more of that. Ooh, and that's why we feel so,
Yeah, I am feeling at the moment.
So it's like, oh, right, there's my guidance. Yeah. When I get tight and tense, I'm believing a lie that's not true for my soul. And that's its communication. That's its way of telling me this is not true for us, sweetheart. Oh, okay, thanks very much. And when I'm choosing what I prefer, yeah, it's the goosebumps, it's the relaxation, the nervous system calms down, and my higher self's always like, come on, keep going this way, yeah. But it's not set. It's in flux. It's always changing, always. I mean, one of my favorites is Bashar, right? Daryl Anka, sorry, who channels his future self. And he says the 5 laws of this planet is, see if I can remember, put myself on the spot.
I might remember
so,
something.
You exist. You will always exist. Right. Everything. Now. Yeah. All is one. One is all. What you put out, you get. And everything changes except the first 4 laws.
Do it again, because you got a bit, the sound went a bit weird on my end. I don't know if it will be in the recording, but just if you can remember them, do them again for me, because I'll definitely have that on the radio. Sorry.
You exist. You will never not exist. Huh. Everything is here and now. All is one. One is all. What you put out, you get back. And everything changes except the first 4 laws.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else to add, Eileen?
Well, just take care.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Love the one who can't love that one.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah, if people are finding it hard to do like self-love, then just love the person that's finding it hard to do the self-love.
Yeah. You know, if you walked into, I use all sorts of different analogies. Yeah, but if you walked into a playground and there were like 6 children, and you thought like 5 of them looked really quite nice, you liked the look of them, and then there was this one that was just like, ooh, a bit gross. Yeah. As a compassionate human being, you would approach them all the same. You would understand the one that you weren't really that attracted to was probably struggling a bit, having some difficulties. Yeah. So you love them one at a time. They're just reflections of what we believe about ourselves. Yeah. So for me, I used to do the joke of like just queue them up queue up one at a time, all the things I don't like about myself, and I'm just gonna love you one at a time. Here I am, welcoming you home back to my heart. And yes, it can be challenging because we've been taught to avoid, judge it, run away from it, push it down, all those things. And now it can't not. This is happening, right? The awakening of humanity. We're in it. This is it. And I am so grateful and like excited and celebrating, even through the challenging bits. It's not that we get to a stage where life doesn't happen to you. Yeah. We don't go and sit on a cloud and like, whoa, right? It's about being human. It's about being in your body and bringing that divinity out of you.
Your last video on YouTube was great. If I put this on YouTube, I'm going to link to your YouTube. It's great. People need to look at your YouTube more. Or no, maybe not. But if they resonate with it, they do. I love it.
Thank you very much. I can't remember which one I did. I just sit down and say, okay, what's to be said? It's like, you know, for me before it was a real challenge to do anything on camera, or I was very insecure, and I just kept practicing. Yeah. And still, if I look at myself, I'm still not, there's still a bit of acceptance to be there, or a little bit more love. Yeah. It's not about thinking you're perfect. Yeah. It's about enjoying, savoring this process, because it's not going to last forever. Right. So I won't have these judgments or all these insecurities for any great length of time, and I am honored that I get to sit with them and bring them back home. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is, even now when I'm saying things like that, it's like, oh wow, that's really lovely, thanks for saying that, that's kind. Right, so I'm being kind to me. Yeah, which just ripples out, yeah, to everyone else. So this is why it's always from the center of your heart, yeah, from the inner of your being, who hasn't forgotten who it is, right? The costume, the outer shell, your humanness, completely forgot. But for me, that's the whole part of it. Forget to remember, like, oh my God, I'm made of sparkly light. Woo! Right? And that probably scares us more than the drama and all the struggle, that we can be these magnificent, splendorous, sovereign beings. Yeah? Having an amazing experience. So gently take care of yourself. Get help where you need help. You know, if it's a yoga class or a one-to-one session like this, or my new favorite, my access bars. Right, so I wanted to do that for a long time, and bingo, it just popped up 2 weeks ago. So now I'm a bars practitioner and I can offer sessions, and it's just amazing how it deletes everything. Yeah, one of the most amazing things I've come across. And I am a bit like a butterfly, you know. If I get drawn to something and I love it, and I go, oh, great, love it, and then fine, next, and then I go look for the next thing that excites me. Yeah, it's all allowed. What, you know, what's called forth in yourself, what makes you feel good, is your higher self's guidance, saying, follow this, follow that. And it's not about knowing, excuse me, the step after that. Deal with the step you're on. And then, like magic, sorry, short throat chakra clearing as usual at the moment. Where was I? Getting excited. We don't need to know the step after.
Yeah.
You know, and that for me is like being in the moment, where it's like moment by moment by moment by moment, which was really challenging for me to get into. Yeah, because the mind's like, yeah, plan this, let's do this, let's organize it. No. It's like moment by moment by moment, let's come back to now, back to now, back to now. Because for me, that's where all the magic is, in this moment.
Are you finding it difficult? This is something that I'm finding. I'm finding it difficult to just carry on being like the daily routine, even though for me it's not that different to be in my house. I'm like working on my radio, but obviously my radio is going to be a different episode now, which is cool. I'm excited for the radio episode, but like I'm finding it difficult to just be like, oh, what, I'm going to make some like paintings, but I'm like, this doesn't feel like, for me, I'm finding that the only things that I'm wanting to do is like talk to people like you, think about what's going on, do a lot of research, watch a lot of Matt Kahn, like do a lot of spiritual stuff. I'm finding it hard to do my like day-to-day stuff, I think, because I'm feeling so much like changing going on. And then I'm trying not to judge myself and not like doing what I feel I should be doing. Like I should be making a sculpture right now. I find it very difficult to do that.
So what are you avoiding?
Do you think I'm avoiding something? Maybe.
Feel, sweetheart. I know the thinking is a big thing, right? But these things, just feel what it does in your body. But I wonder what I could be avoiding.
Well, I'm not I've got like a personal like ongoing heartache that I'm not trying to avoid, but maybe I am blanketing myself.
So it's okay, thank you. I know I'm kind of avoiding the sore bit. It's okay, sweetheart. I'm here.
And obviously the isolation is magnifying it.
Everything. But what an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
Journal it out, sweetheart. You know, that I love doing that too sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes I can say to myself, like, something feels a bit, what am I hiding? And that's okay. Because when I acknowledge that I'm hiding something, because we're very clever at hiding things that hurt. Yeah. Lock and key. But we are the locks and we are the keys. So sometimes I can find myself saying, what am I hiding from? And then I just see what pops up. And then I can take, like, this is where Bashar comes back in, and he says the formula, the manual for here is follow your excitement or your passion to the best of your ability until it's done. yeah, with zero insistence of the outcome of what shows up, yeah. And excitement and passion doesn't have to be big fan for stuff, right? It's like, what would I like? Oh, I'd like a nice cup of tea, yeah. And say I've got 5 things to do: walk the dog, read a book, make some lunch. You know, what's the most exciting? What's got the slightest bit more excitement on that than the others? Oh, take the dog for a walk. That's following your excitement. Yeah, it works here. That's the higher self is guiding you. So I take Scout out for a walk. I meet someone, and boom, boom, boom. There we go. Another connection. Another. See, we're just so in our heads trying to work it out instead of following your heart. Yeah. And it's okay. You can, you know, I call my head my genius machine. I love it. It's the divine.
Yeah. I definitely love mine because I love everything that I do with it, but I know that it's an overthinker.
So the one who overthinks. Oh, feel that. That's very powerful. I love the one who overthinks. I mean, I used to be really analytical and overthink everything. And it was like when I made peace with that, yeah, it was so much easier.
I think it is all about self-acceptance, isn't it? And this time where people are faced with themselves, unable to sort of escape themselves or distract themselves by many things, they are going to have to do the whole self-acceptance thing. And also acceptance of mortality, acceptance of things being out of their control, all of these things.
I love you so much. But you always about everyone else.
Well, I'm trying it because I'm aware as well that I know that this is going to be like for the radio, so I'm trying to like make it not just about me.
You can edit this.
Yeah.
Edit. It's okay, but notice. Oh, I have a tendency.
I know.
Right, to be, sweetheart, I did it myself, right? That is for everyone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course. Where does it all come? Where does everyone else come from? There is nothing outside of you. There's nothing outside of me. This is my version of you. No one else gets this version of you but me, and vice versa. Feel that? It's really like, ooh.
It's true.
Right?
We just
we're all living in our own reality. It's amazing. I don't know how it works yet. We will find out sometime, and that's it's totally cool. But we are our own reality. For me, it's like I live in this amazing world, and I realize now more and more I've always been here, but I've tried in the past to fit in. Didn't work, right? But that was an amazing experience. I've always seen the world differently, right? And I thought you think everyone else sees it the way you see it, and they don't. And that's the whole point of oneness separating itself to have an individual experience. Magic, right? And no one has to agree with you or disagree with. It's all valid.
So we're like all connected, but having our individual experiences, which is like our soul's journey, you could say. I might think of it like that.
Yeah, expansion, you know, it separates itself. Oh, I wonder what it would look like from here. Oh, I wonder what it would feel like from over here. Oh, I wonder what it would look like from over here. Oh, over here, right? And then when we do the inner work, when we get to know who we truly be, our perspective shifts. So through my life, I've seen different parts of myself integrate back into source. And I said, oh, shit, I'm not that. Wow. Oh, I'm exactly the same, but I'm completely different. Mind blowing. Because the words can't touch what we talk about. The words are just pointers to the energy. Yeah. So that's why it's follow the energy. What am I feeling? Address it. Is it sometimes when I was so in it and couldn't work it out and it was just like, oh, okay, it's energy. What's the energy? Because my analytical mind was so good at trying to work it out, label it, fix it, change it. And it was like, it's energy, Eileen. Be with the energy. Oh, shift. Another shift. Because we are naturally shifting, as I said before. We're just not aware that we're shifting. When we bring more awareness to what we feel, we get to see it and feel it and be it. And then choose what we prefer.
Have you been getting loads of downloads recently about all of this?
Everyone does.
What do you think comes after ascension?
Why even bother about that? But saying that,
yes,
I would imagine, my sense is that you can either come back, or you could go to a different dimension, different planet, and be a spirit guide for other civilizations. Pretty fun being here, and now that I have got to know myself and getting to know me even deeper, I'd come back as me. That's a bit scary, but I kind of might. I was like, oh, would I? Wouldn't I? See, don't know yet. But I'll be allowed to choose. We'll all be allowed to choose. If we take this time, no, that's right, forget that. Delete. Just try to do another explanation, and it doesn't need explained. Yeah, because that's the mind saying, oh yeah, but what's coming next? What's coming next? And what that's doing is distracting us from being present, being right here, right now. Clever game, really clever game. Yeah, and we can have so much fun with it. So if you're not in that space, then be more kind, be more loving, yeah, soothing. And then it shifts and you get a bit more expansion and you're like, ooh, this is nice. Lovely. Oh, I'd like to do this, like to do that. And then, and you're like, oh no, I've done something wrong. No, you've not. Sometimes you go through phases where you expand so much that you actually contract a little, so that you stop, you slow down, and you allow the integration to get into your cells, into your field, into your body. So that at this time, the slower you can go, the better. Yeah. And like the little routine of the day, yeah, it's like get up, I do a wee bit of meditation, take the dog out, come back, have breakfast, do a wee bit of yoga. And sometimes it's only 10 minutes, but it's just that stretching, yeah. So it's whatever works for you, yeah. And then I get to it, do my calls, do my emails, do whatever, and then whatever pops up. What would I like to do next? And some days I turn around and go, right, today off, I'm off. And it might be on the sofa, or it might be into some of my Bashar stuff, or whatever. Yeah. We know. Yeah, and this is what we're doing, is remembering that we already know. Yeah. You're adorable.
Thank you, Eileen. You too, of course. Yes, I feel good now. Thank you. I think that's very helpful, though, but also not just for me, but
yeah, and for the well-being of all. Throw that. I mean, I love saying that, because everything I do, my intention, yeah, is to honor this divinity. This is a divine being. Yeah, now I wouldn't have been able to say that a couple of years ago. I'd have been to Glasgow. I'd have been, what, who do you think you are? Whereas now it's like, yes, this is divinity, and not from a place of I'm better, or, you know, all this stuff that we were taught. Yeah, can't love yourself because it's egotistic, it's all sorts of things, right? But I honor the divinity that I am having this experience. Yeah, and when I honor me, I honor all beings, and I don't actually have to like them all, but I am honoring them. Yeah, because I know that they are me. They are made of the same stuff. What beats their heart beats my heart. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So my work is here first, and then it boom goes out. And anyone that needs this assistance, wants to come and play, because I don't want to call it work anymore. I really don't. It's play. It's that's my thing, playful freedom. So it's like, it's all about having fun. Because someone said to me recently, what, you know, if it wasn't all this spiritual work, what would you do? I'm like, oh, I'd just go have fun. I would play. So now the spiritual stuff is playful for me. Yeah, you look at children; they don't think about it. Animals too; they just play. And if they're not playing, they're sleeping and they're eating or they're pooing. Yeah, you know. And we've worked too hard and we've struggled too long. Let's have like enlightenment. Lighten up on yourself. Yeah, have fun. Be easy. Give yourself permission, because it's all what we're seeing it is. What a gift.
What's your YouTube channel thing for the people listening?
Eileen McGowan, Playful Freedom. I mean, I don't know. I'll hopefully play more on that and get it a bit more thingied. A bit more playful. Yeah, I want more colour in it, and I want, you know, very childish or childlike, I should say. Yeah, very childlike, more playful. Thank you for this. Thank you for allowing me to be my higher self in these conversations.
Well, yeah, you too. Thank you.
Up, yeah. And it's just allowing and receiving, sweetheart. Those two. Some days I just love to walk around going, what is receiving? Show me receiving, universe. What is receiving? Yeah. It just becomes an absolute honor and pleasure to be here. And even with the tough bits, like, oh, I'm feeling a bit of this, oh, I'm feeling a bit of that. It's not wrong. It's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's just a feeling that wants to move through your energy field. And we've been taught, like, to be a bouncer on the door of your energy field. Oh, I'm not allowed to be sad. Oh, I'm not allowed to be angry.
Yeah. When the law of attraction stuff is just really imprisoning, I think. When you're policing your brain, you know, it becomes imprisoning, I think. I think it's all about, allowing and acceptance and self-love and all these things.
Yeah. And we're doing it. It's happening.
Are you happy for me to put this wherever?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, sure. If it helps someone, I mean, my best thing is not to look at it, and then it'll be okay.
See, you need to work on your judgment, Eileen.
See, that's an interesting point of view you've got there, and I've got very many interesting points of view about myself, and that's okay. But we don't need to fix, change, or heal anything. It's the acceptance of it and the allowing it to change when it's ready.
Yeah.
So I will stay in my little ugly phase for as long as it wants to be here with me.
I think you're looking great. I'm loving your hair at the moment.
Well, thank you. Me too.
And you're just like also like in the sunlight or something. You look very lit up for me anyway.
I'm looking for the sun. It's not there yet. Well, she is. She's hiding behind the clouds. Maybe that's what I'm doing, hiding behind some clouds.
Yeah.
That's rather sweet and innocent. See, I adore our innocence. You know, that a divine being can turn around and say, yeah, but I'm not very pretty. It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart. Thanks for being brave enough to say it out loud. Can you feel the vulnerability? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Incredibly empowering as well.
Yeah.
You know, everyone on the planet for like 2 minutes just turned around and went, yeah, I don't feel very pretty either. Yeah. Beauty in their eyes.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm curious. I'm very curious. I love curiosity. Like, how does this work? How does that work?
Well, I think you're beautiful, Eileen, inside and out, of course. Very uplifting. And I think I know you don't like to sort of like you have a thing about like the self-promotion, but I do think you say a lot of things that, although you say you're just like a mirror for things, maybe, or I say that, I think people would find a lot of what you're saying at the moment quite helpful, which is why I'm going to have you on the radio and put you on my YouTube channel and everything else.
Thank you. And if they resonate, I am available to help or to play with.
Exactly. Yeah. At the moment, people, because, you know, a good way to connect at the moment is through Skype, YouTube, and all these things, which is so interesting that I kind of got into that all just before this happened. And now I'm like doing Skypes with people, like free tarot card readings and chatting to all my friends on Skype. I'm like, this is odd.
Fine timing, sweetheart. It's ready when we're ready.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, when you take a step back and you kind of look and you think, wow. You know, like 2 weeks ago, I did the access bars, bingo, right? And then we start playing a bit more online, and it's just like my YouTube is like there's more content. It's just like, whoa, wow, okay, cool.
Strange. I mean, it's not strange.
Yeah, this is when we realize and get to see and feel how supported we are by the universe. Because I know we've wandered around for years going, yeah, the universe supports me. Oh, really?
No, I'm fully on that one.
Feel it coming through. You're just like, oh, wow, this is so supportive.
Yeah.
I am supporting myself by recognizing that I am it.
Yeah.
You know, the scariest thing for people to say is, I am the universe, I am God, I am the creator, I am. You are it. Most of us just like, you know. So you drip feed it in, just like a baby bird. Here, a wee bit at a time. I love you. It's going to be okay. Whatever you need, you get.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for this. It's been a joy.
I'm going to stop recording now. Hang on, wait 1 sec. Don't go anywhere. Stop.